Hello everybody, welcome to the Trophy Room. I'm your host Joseph. Just a heads up that we have 2 episodes out this week, and that this episode that you're about to listen to is a bonus show covering all the things that were announced at the Square Enix Presents Livestream, as well as some little bonus VR news as well. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, Future Joe, let's start this show. Oh wait, no longer, greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I am your host Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, you can listen to this show wherever you find your podcasts and on YouTube at the Trophy Room Show. Of course, if you like what you hear, consider dropping us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts. And if you really like us, you can throw us a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So with all that said, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
Feeling good.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah? So right off the bat, this is just a little special show, a little extra bonus show for y'all, because we got some news dropping out of PlayStation out of left field, and then at the same exact time we have the Square Enix Presents event, which is the main topic of the show today. So I want to thank all our Patreon producers. I want to thank our new patrons, Noah and Brian Hale. I want to thank our platinum producers, Todd Burowitz, Too Soon. Our gold producers, Chaotic Monkey, Gavin Goffrey, Griffin West, Jose Jimenez, Jedi Master Ren. Our Silver Plus members, Hide Indoors, Marcus O'Neill, Oh It's Just Ray, JB the Purple Monkey, Jadis Von Metal, Tim Ulf, and Justin Rodriguez. Thank you all for supporting the show the way you do over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. But there's no time to waste, Kyle. I got all my energy back, and we're talking about the Square Enix event. So if y'all don't know, Square Enix dropped a pretty sizable event on us. I think it lasted a little bit over 30 minutes of
40.
games. What's that? 40?
Around 40 minutes, yeah.
Around 40 minutes, yeah, of games that got Riders, Marvels, Tomb Raider, The New Life is Strange, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. We watched the show, so you don't have to. Right off the bat, Kyle, just tell me, I guess the boilerplate. What were your thoughts of this event walking in?
Walking in, I was fully expecting them to stick with what they said they were going to talk about. I'm not expecting a whole lot extra. And I was expecting for them to give me a reason to hop back into Avengers, I think was my main thing for watching.
For me, my thing walking in was I wanted to see not so much like, oh, what's changed with Avengers, because I'm not expecting much at this point, but I am expecting like Life is Strange. I was somehow, some way still thinking that I was going to get, some type of Final Fantasy-ish announcement, which we kind of got at the end here, but not so much with Final Fantasy. So yeah, I walked in with very low expectations because Square Enix is just not my jam. But walking in, we're opened with the Outriders cinematic that we saw, and also a little bit of the gameplay introducing these characters. We played the demo. We weren't over the moon about it.
Yeah, and nothing here really changed the needle for me. It was a way to tell everyone else that hasn't tried the demo, this is what to expect. Like a lot of that stuff that we saw in this, we have played in the demo. At times it feels great. At times it doesn't. I'm happy it's on Game Pass. I'm happy people will be able to check it out on there. It's still not. I'm still not dying to play Outriders. It's not like fever pitch of me going in and I have to go pre-order it. I have to go get it day one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Also, everybody, since we're doing the show live, let us know your thoughts, your reactions. I already got a few from like Emmett, Famous Seamus, and Jose. But I was right there with you. Like this didn't do anything for me that like I already, the demo's already kind of solidified my thoughts on it. I'm surprised they didn't mention Game Pass, I don't think.
No,
or maybe it was
it was just a splash page at the end with all the consoles you can play it on, but there was no like available day one Game Pass, which is odd.
And honestly, if you have Game Pass, if you got a PC or you're lucky enough to get one of them Xboxes as well as your PlayStation, this definitely is a Game Pass game to me. Like, I'll be trying it out. This was a wait for sale, and now, which so many other people in the chat were like, this is definitely a wait for sale for me. But now seeing that it's on Game Pass, maybe I give it a go, and maybe if I really, really love it, I buy it on my PlayStation. Who knows?
Sure.
That said, let's talk about the next game that was shown off here. And wow, they actually did a lot of Outriders. As I'm like scrolling through the video here, they really went all out on it.
Lara Croft Celebration, correct?
Yeah. A whole bunch of stuff here, but I think the main stuff is the cookbook. There's a Lara Croft cookbook, guys.
Sure, yeah. Also, I did not realize that there was a sequel to the movie, and there was, I guess there's also a Netflix show, I think they mentioned.
Yeah.
The Croft Manor is coming to Fortnite, which is kind of cool, and there's also a collection of all 3 Tomb Raiders together.
Yes.
Let me see if there's any, like, PS5 enhanced version of that.
If you could, because right now that's the one big question mark. If there's PlayStation 5 enhancements with this bundled trilogy that they're throwing out there with you, I would buy that. And it's right now, from what I'm aware, $20, but it's normally $50. It comes with all 3 of the rebooted games. And I'm totally on board. I think it's a really sweet deal. I kind of dig it. But again, we're lucky enough we got them on PlayStation Plus when they came out. So yeah, this is definitely a series that I want to go back to, and by no stretch of the imagination was this a low point, either though the cookbook stuff was just odd. But it's cool. It's cool to see that Tomb Raider is still important to him. It's awesome to see Lara in Fortnite and seeing her seeing that mansion in Fortnite as well.
It doesn't look like there's a PS5 version, but for a limited time until April 2nd, it is only $20.
I would get that.
All the DLCs included, all three games for $20 is a stellar deal. In case you haven't already gotten it through PS Plus.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic deal. That said, we get a whole bunch of mobile games. So we have this Just Cause mobile game, which is just a CG trailer, which maybe because my Pfizer vaccine kicked in here, I was like, oh, this game looks great for mobile. And you're like, Joe.
Come on.
This is obviously cinematic. What are you doing? No gameplay shown here. The surprise here out of all these mobile games is a Hitman sniper game for mobile.
Which I'm obviously Square Enix still owns or controls the Hitman IP
to some extent.
I thought that went with IO Interactive.
So this seems like it's maybe a weird partnership between the two.
Sure.
But yeah, it's Hitman Sniper Assassins coming 2021 to the App Store. And I'm excited for it because I'm a Hitman. You know, I'm in love with that franchise now. I platinumed Hitman 3. I'm a bigger fan than anybody even listening. Those movies, they deserved Academy Awards. We got a Space Invaders game coming mobile. A whole lot of mobile games. We got this weird Brick Breaker game. This was the lull point. All the mobile stuff. A huge emphasis on mobile stuff.
Yeah, and I know Taito, like the Space Invaders AR game, the Bubble Bobble stuff, the Darius shmup. It's not everybody's jam, but it's cool that they included it in here because that is those are big, important genres and games in video game history. So it was cool that they said new iterations of them are coming out.
It won't be forgotten.
No, but a little weird how like the splash pages at the end to see what platforms, whatever, were gone in less than a second. Like they were there and they were gone. I was like, whew, that's an odd choice.
Yeah. Maybe linger it around for another couple of seconds. Because, there was like you blink and you miss it. Next, Kyle, we got through our vegetables to get to the main course here. And that is Avengers. Now, the patch is out. It's 74 gigs on PlayStation 5, the next-gen versions. It's 100 gigs on the Xbox. Rip that hard drive space, man. We haven't gotten our hands on it because it literally, I think, was... The download was possible like an hour before the stream started. So I'm going back just to see the PlayStation enhancements. Mm-hmm. But what were your thoughts? Because obviously Marvel's Avengers has had a rough time ever since launch. It seems barren. Now they're making the grind even harder. Uh-huh. Was there anything shown here now that we got Hawkeye that you're excited to get back into?
Honestly, the first thing they said of like what is improved, the 4K and 60, I think is a big selling point. The load times are apparently faster too. Another huge selling point.
Yeah.
And their roadmap, while it's not like the most exciting thing in the world, they are obviously are putting some new things to do in the game, so I do appreciate that. So I have the roadmap up here, Joe, if you want me to go through it.
Yeah, please go for
it. So March, we got Operation Hawkeye, Future Imperfect, Maestro, and Hawkeye being the two big additions here. And then in the springtime, we're going to get a Tachyon anomaly. In the roadmap image, it's just a bunch of different versions of Iron Man, which is cool. Red Room Takeover, Project Omega in Summer and Beyond, and the Wasteland Patrol. So those are more, I'm guessing, just kind of like raids and a higher level. I believe the Red Room Takeover is a higher level raid.
Okay.
I think.
Or one of the training rooms that people love.
Yes.
The harm rooms. Yeah,
the harm rooms. Absolutely.
Yeah. The one thing Jedi Master Radin says in the chat, and I totally agree with, which is he writes in saying, they piss me off saying the Avengers has come a long way since launch. When and where did it come a long way? Like, there's been so many little updates to this game since launch. And I get it, like, COVID's a thing, but it's at the same exact time, there's just so many flaws with this game.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't think from the stuff that we saw, other than the improvements, nothing screaming at me like, hey, Kyle, go play this immediately.
Right.
But what did, though?
What's that?
Is Black Panther, A War for Wakanda.
Ooh.
I am so in for that. I want a new area that looks cool in Wakanda. I think the Black Panther model looks dope. Mm-hmm. I want to see his moveset. I want to beat up Claw.
And you called it during the stream too. You're like, is that Claw?
Yeah, because the way he was speaking about like he was doing some shady deals. That screams Claw. So I'm excited. Black Panther is officially announced. It's exciting. I think fall this year, right? Fall. They said later this year.
Yeah, and they say expansion. So I wonder if we're paying for this one.
They said everything is free. That was a big selling point.
Oh,
everything is free. So they better not go back on that.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I totally forgot about that. And cool. Maybe that's the thing that gets me into the door. But
sure.
You know what's definitely getting me in the door?
Oh, God, no.
Balan Wonderland.
Wonderworld.
Wonderworld. Whatever. Kyle, this game.
Or Wonderland? I don't even know.
No, it is Wonderworld. You're right. Okay. This game looks like a fever dream from the Dreamcast era, and I'm not saying that is a positive thing.
Get out of here with this. I don't think it looks good at all. The fact that it's out next week it's not good, because everyone who played that demo was like, whew, not good. Yeah.
I did not hear one positive thing about that demo. And the creator going, hey, we're going to fix all the things you say that are broken with this game. Just buy it first.
Right?
Twitter for the most part. This one definitely seems like, listen, if you're a fan of the Dreamcast era platformers, this game seems like it's right up your alley. But I just witnessed someone turn into a Segway. Like, I can't even describe you this game of how weird it is. Yeah. You just have to watch it for yourself.
Yeah, they do a dance with a fireman at some point.
Yep.
Not my thing. As a platformer fan, not my thing. Doesn't look good at all. But hey,
Definitely.
there's some audience for it somewhere.
Yeah. That said, Kyle, let's get into what was the bulk of the show. And it really is going to depend on the headliner. Yeah, Battle Wonderworld was the warm-up. Now we got the true tour de force here. Life is Strange, True Colors.
Which I feel awful was leaked before. Like, hours before this show.
Yeah.
What's going on here, people? Why can't you just batten down the leaks?
Yeah, you got one job here,
Come
okay,
on.
PR teams. No, it looks like it got refreshed or like on the Microsoft and PlayStation stores to pre-order. Listen, this game, I mean, Life is Strange, the series, they're just so amazing. And so to get a third one, we meet the protagonist, Alex. She's a Hispanic girl that has moved from foster home to foster home and finally comes to Haven Creek to meet her brother, her long lost brother, it seems. And it seems like the community is really nice. It's like this like Minnesotan-esque, Western-esque town that she moves into.
I got Seattle vibes.
Oh, you did?
Like a Washington State kind of vibe.
You know what? That would make sense because Life is Strange, Meridian Bay. That's
are they?
Washington?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Life is Strange are one of my gaps. I know I need to play them. I will play them. This looks incredible.
Yeah.
This looks like my kind of story. I like the different take on it where it is very much like in the trailer it says that your brother dies unexpectedly and in a shady way. Like in an accident, something, maybe it's not an accident and
it's like a Chappaquiddick has happened.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God, Chappaquiddick! Oh my God, it's Massachusetts. That's Ted Kennedy. He was in a car accident, but it's very shady. The passenger died. He lived. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, but
I was there.
It sounds like you were going to spend this game trying to uncover the truth, which is cool. And I think Alex's powers are cool. Like basically, I think I saw Fee say it in chat while the trailer was going. She's basically just an empath.
Yeah,
she can see auras of how other people are feeling, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, her power is so like the first game's power is time, and my gap is I never played Life is Strange 2, so I don't know his power.
Did you play Before the Storm?
I think he can. No, I did not either. I'm a fake fan. So I think Life is Strange 2, he can see outcomes, but you don't see how you get to those outcomes, I believe was his power.
Got it. Okay.
That said, I like her power where it is about emotions and seeing someone's emotions. And so probably that tying into how you solve either like puzzles or like conversations. That's really intriguing to me because the first, Life is Strange, you kind of got a cheat code where it's like you reround time or fast forward, that type of thing. So like seeing this, it's like, you know what they're feeling, but you don't know what they're going to say. And Alex's ability as well is, or that power, the takeaway, her weakness is that then she gets that emotion. So like if someone's angry, she's going to feel angry after having that conversation, which is going to really be interesting of how that works between different people you're talking to and different emotions as well. Like this game has me all types of intrigued.
Yeah.
Now, Kyle, buckle in your seatbelts for this. No more episodic.
Love it.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest issue with Telltale back in the day of playing, and I think it really hurt them for like people finishing those stories because it would be you finish a chapter, it's like 2 hours long tops, and it'd be like 3 months before you get a new one. Yeah. Like I think that hurt the storytelling a whole lot. I don't know how long in between episodes Life is Strange went through.
Similar. I think it was like 2 or 3 months in between.
Yeah. I 100% all in for just being all there. You can either go straight through it. You can take breaks, but you don't have to wait an extreme amount of time to finish it. I really, really dig that.
Yeah. And then there's several editions, but there's an Ultimate Edition that comes with Kyle.
So I have the different editions up here.
Go for it.
So Deluxe Edition, you'll get bonus DLC along with the complete game. Comes bundled with Life is Strange Wavelengths, an exclusive bonus story starring Steph. You'll also get the Life is Strange Hero Outfit Pack, which unlocks 4 outfits for Alex that are inspired by past Life is Strange protagonists. Okay. And the Ultimate Edition comes with everything in the Deluxe that I just said, the bonus story, the Hero Outfit Pack, plus the Life is Strange Remastered Collection, which bundles the first Life is Strange game and Before the Storm with enhanced graphics and animations. That is also separate from Ultimate Edition. It's also just a vague fall 2021. So that will be out after this game.
And do we know the price of Life is Strange True Colors yet? Let's see. Let's figure it out. I'd like to know, because what if this game is a $60 experience? Does that?
I'm fine with that.
You're fine? Just like, yeah, because I know those games. I think they're around. I think the first game was like $5 to $10 per episode.
Sure.
So you're totally fine paying full price 10-hour experience?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right. Let me just see what it is.
Sounds good to me too. Honestly, I really enjoyed the first Life is Strange a lot, and it's always a series I want to get back to. Yeah,
on Steam, it is $60.
Awesome, totally worth it for me.
Man, they're already like discounted percentage wise, but like Ultimate Edition is 34% off. It's $80. So whatever that difference is, so that's probably $90, $100.
I don't know if I pay $100 for this game. That's for sure. Europeans.
Well, the remastered is probably a $30, $40 thing on its own.
True.
So
you're right. It is bundling 2 other games with it.
Yeah.
That's on me being a dumb jerk expecting too much. That said, what happens after Life is Strange 3? We're totally on board. We're totally on board with it. We got one last
True
thing.
Colors, not 3.
Sorry, True Colors.
Yeah.
Project Athia. We get introduced to Project Athia as its final one more Steve Jobs moment, right?
Yeah.
Luminous Productions. This was a game that was shown off with the PS5 reveal. And the lead actress, which I want to get her name. I
have a PS blog post up if you want me to read it.
Athia Balinska, I believe is how you pronounce it. But you know me. I'm going to butcher everything. What does the PS blog post say?
This is from the director of the game, the head of the studio of Luminous Productions, Takashi Aramaki. When we first announced Project Athia last year, we were overwhelmed with joy from seeing the excitement from conversations shared by fans online. Now at long last, we're ready to share the game's official title and logo with you. Forspoken. I'm also excited to share a brand new scene from the game, which we'll talk about in a second. But Forspoken is an action RPG where you will take on the role of Frey Holland, an ordinary young woman who must harness her magical abilities to survive in a fantastical and dangerous land called Athia. As Frey, you will embark on a thrilling otherworldly adventure and face treacherous trials to unravel the mystery behind the unknown land of Athia and awaken something much more from within. As you'll see in the new game clip, Frey is able to traverse the world with incredible speed and fluidity. I can't wait for players to experience firsthand just how satisfying it feels to move through Athia, scaling cliffs, and leaping across ravines in the future. Frey takes center stage in Forspoken, and we're delighted to announce that actor Ella Balinska is performing the character. We were looking for someone who could convincingly portray Frey's dynamic character, and we knew immediately that Ella was the perfect person to play her. From the beginning, Ella understood the themes and concept of the game and was able to channel this in her performance to bring Frey's character to life. Not only is Ella talented and well matched to the role of Frey, but she's also extremely passionate about Forspoken as her first video game project. And there it is. On behalf of Square Enix and the entire Luminous Productions team, we hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. The creators are working hard around the world on the development of Forspoken, and we can't wait for you to experience Frey's story in 2022.
My goodness gracious. What a way to end it. And as I just destroyed all the things on Discord, let me bring everything back here. My apologies. There you go. We're live. Okay. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm clumsy. So, Kyle, how is this to close the show?
Oh my God. Amazing. Especially because I was not expecting any surprises.
Mm-hmm. Also, fire alarms are at my end if you hear that. Sorry.
Oh, are you good? Is your house on fire?
Listen, I got bored during the Battle in Wonderworld thing. I set something on fire. Everybody's freaking out about it. They don't know.
Oh, no.
Continue.
I really dig this. I love what it looked like from the PS5 reveal last summer. Mm-hmm. And I think the way Frey is traversing through this world is going to be so much fun to play. Just how fluid everything looks and smooth. I also am already in love with this character just from the one line of dialogue we got. Is that a motherfucking dragon? Yes, please. It sounds like she's been plucked from our normal world and put into this fantastical thing with dragons and crazy looking evil bears and she has magical powers and she's trying to come to terms with that. Yes, give me that grounded, obviously thing that anyone would say in that situation. Is that a motherfucking dragon? I would totally say that if I'm in that situation.
Yeah. I loved the aesthetic because it really does remind me a bit of Final Fantasy. Was it? Kyle, you're a real fan here. 15, right? That's with the cute boys in the car on the road trip?
Well, I believe that's because Luminous Productions did that, I think.
I believe so. And so, like, seeing the world of Forspoken gave me those type of vibes, and I hope it's a better game than Final Fantasy 15. But nonetheless, like, that's aesthetically what it gave me. And aesthetically, Final Fantasy 15 very pleasing on my eyeballs.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15 was their only other game.
So yeah, like, I'm really interested to see what, what this team has up their sleeve with Forspoken. I'm relieved that it's not a Final Fantasy game. I like that they're trying to do something new and it's a new IP. That's awesome. It's cool to see, and we're gonna get political. Oh, geez, oh no! But like a woman of color in the role, that's really awesome. You sadly don't see that enough in this industry, and so to see, a black woman in a leading role, that's fucking awesome. We should be championing that. But nonetheless, again, and off my pedestal, I am awesome. All the things here.
Yeah,
I'm on board. Forspoken, let's go.
I'm just looking at these screenshots on the blog. And holy crap, this game looks gorgeous.
Yeah?
Like, the scene where she is hitting the ground and vines are coming out and attacking, like, these dogs. If you just look at the material on her clothing, it is so detailed. It looks like cloth.
Yeah.
Like, it is insane how good this looks.
And hopefully that translates
and
to gameplay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think when this was revealed, Gary Whitta is one of the lead writers on this game.
He is indeed.
So that gives me some hope for a really good story as well.
Yeah. Again, not so much on like the action front, but we saw some abilities. Like she has like a ground pound, like super speed. You see her conjuring up like shields and shit like that. So like, yeah, from what I've seen, I have no reason to think that this is going to be, anything but a fun time. So, yeah, awesome to see that 2022 Forspoken comes out. But Kyle, listen, we made this show last night with our good friend Kevin Diaz of PlayStation Source. It was a fantastic show. And how do we get treated by giving some awesome PlayStation news for the PlayStation folks? We get treated like garbage, Kyle. Because at, 7 a.m. in the morning, we get this announcement. Or actually, before we even get to this PSVR news, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. End of the day, how did you like this? Matched up against, Ubisoft's, all the shows we've seen, EA Play. Where would you rank this show? Square Enix Presents.
Where would I rank it? I think it's better than the Ubisoft Forwards.
Okay.
Not by a whole lot. Like I think the ballad thing, I get you have to show it, but it was a real low. I think they didn't really expand on a lot of things like with Avengers. They kind of just threw that up, and I do have. We can go to this after we rank the show, but Square Enix has like an actual detailed roadmap of what everything is on their website, which I can read afterwards. But I think it was a solid show. I think I dig the look and presentation of this Square Enix Presents. I was happy with like the heavy hitters stuff that were there. Life is Strange, the surprise of Forspoken, Avengers. So I think it was a solid show. If I had to give it a number, I'd give it probably a 7.5.
Okay. I don't think that's a bad score at all. I land right there. Like, even if some of the things weren't for me, I think the announcements that spoke out were Life is Strange, and it was a banger. God, I hated that. I'm sorry, let me want to try. Life is Strange, True Colors was fun, fantastic. I loved everything I saw from it. Banger, Jesus, who am I becoming? The things that didn't hit were the mobile games, the Just Cause 3. But, like, there is hope for, things like Marvel's Avengers, hopefully. And seeing that Wakanda is later down the line does give me pause for concern. Hopefully we see a hero come in between fall 2021 and now, but at the same exact time, I want to root for that game to be a success. Outriders, I like how they're promoting it right before the game's releasing. It's trying to give it its moment in the sun. So, like, for the most part, the games either hit with me, or some of them were duds like Balan Wonderworld. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a solid first start in terms of just a presentation alone. Half the times we come out with like, why did they do this, that, or the other thing with this show? And I feel like the only complaint we have personally against the show was like, why was some of the things being revealed, or having these release dates? Why did you only show like a second of when the game's coming out and the price and whatnot? Like, if that's the only complaint we have, I think it's a pretty solid show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now to my complaint.
Do you want me to read the Avengers thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Just real quick. So the actually, do you have the ability to share your screen?
Not right now, no.
Okay, because there is an image, a detailed image on the website with everything and what is in each roadmap offering. But the Tachyon anomaly, during this event, Tachyon Rift missions will appear more often and will be scaled for power levels 1 through 100, so more players can experience them and have event-specific rewards. Since the launch, we have heard players ask if more than one of the same hero can be present in a strike team. We're happy to announce that during the Temporal Assault event, you'll be able to play multiple of the same hero in the Avengers Initiative. If you always wanted to see what a team of 4 Hulks is like, this event is for you. The Red Room Takeover is enter the Red Room Takeover with the new unique Harm Room content and outfits. Cosmic Cube, it's Monica's time to shine in her very own villain sector as the Scientist Supreme, featuring a brand new battle where players must confront the unchecked power of the Cosmic Cube. Wasteland Patrol, a new patrol mode mission type that allows you to explore the largest Warzone area to date, complete quests, and earn rewards without the constraints of a mission. You can explore these areas as long as you want and complete assignments at your leisure. War for Wakanda is coming in 2021 with Black Panther and more villains like Claw, a new enemy faction, the Wakandan jungle biome, a new outpost, a power level cap increase, and much more. This will be the biggest content drop since launch. We can't wait to show you everything that is coming with Wakanda. Ongoing improvements, so tuning combat gear, matchmaking, and Omega level threat missions have been the most significant development challenge since we launched the game. The feature works. We have our devs and QA teams playing every day, and we're still tracking down bugs that we need to resolve. We want to make sure we're confident that the quality is rock solid. So it's a little bit more meatier than what they said, but I wish everything was said in that. I don't know why they rushed past this.
Yeah, like, you can make it a longer show if there's more stuff that needs to be said here.
Yeah,
it needs to be shown. Like, that actually gave me a lot more faith.
Yeah, you are the ones producing this show, so you can say how long it goes. It's weird. Very weird.
I feel you. Famous Seamus says, I give it a 7. Got some pretty great looks at Avengers. Hell yeah for Black Panther. And the new Life is Strange looks dope. Forspoken looks great. I really like the overall presentation of switching from different game. I felt that there were way too many remaster announcements. Did we really need an announcement for a Tomb Raider bundle? That's true. I also feel that we didn't need to take a look at Outriders and Battle in Wonderworld since they're so close and Battle in Wonderworld is so bad. I disagree with the Outriders. I think you want to give it one last push and even Battle in Wonderworld as well. But nonetheless, I think I'm right there with you, Famous. Ask What Not Why writes, I wasn't expecting to feel the feels with Life is Strange game and Forspoken. Dude, I'm beyond excited for that. And of course, our friend of the show, Emmett Watkins Jr. writes, Life is Strange and Forspoken brought it around hard. Most that was either stuff I didn't care about or things we already knew about. And I think that is, at the end of the day, a fair critique to give. But for the Life is Strange stuff, for the things that were leaked out an hour beforehand, I'm not too upset that I knew about Life is Strange True Colors before.
Sure.
You know?
Also, you might have been saying it while I was...
Go for it.
I don't know what happened to my mind. But in chat, Jose saying, update Alex Chen from the new Life is Strange game. It's actually Asian American.
Ooh.
How perfect for these shitty times. Hell yeah, Jose.
Absolutely, absolutely. That said, Kyle, yes. I have a bone to pick with PlayStation. We put out these podcasts each and every Thursday to make sure there's no more news to talk about.
Yeah,
I got it all here.
It shouldn't be a surprise, right? Shuhei Yoshida follows us on Twitter.
He knows what's up.
He should know when we do these shows.
Yeah. He's an avid watcher and listener, I assume. Yeah. I'm assuming. But some news broke on the new PlayStation VR controller, Kyle. Have you taken a look at this? Have you heard about it? Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
So, right off the bat, just to take a look at what these controllers look like, they look like the Oculus controllers. Very much so. Yes. They have this little ring around each controller, or that you put your hands through. It's kind of like one of those old-fashioned swords you see in the Three Musketeers. The hilts, yeah. And yeah, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. This comes from Nibel on Twitter. So it's revealed, you put your hands through this little gauntlet things, and it says details on the new PSVR controller. Adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, finger touch detection, tracking ring for the headset, action buttons, and devs are receiving prototypes soon. Now, before we get to all the features and stuff that we're seeing here, some of the things that aren't surprising is yeah, we're getting haptic feedback. Yeah, we're getting adaptive triggers. Cool. That's tech that we already know and we already have in our hands, right? What is interesting here, Kyle, and this comes from the blog itself, is tracking the VR controller. Tracking the VR controller is tracked by the new VR headset through a tracking ring across the bottom of the controller. So it seems like out of this post, we're not using a camera for PSVR. That's not how it's tracking movement. Mm-hmm. So it very much seems like the Oculus Quest right now to me. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the tracking?
I think it's great. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that is the case. Okay. Where the headset tracks the controllers, and there is no need for a camera. Obviously, you're going to still need a room with a lot of light in it, right? Or else it's not going to work, because that's what happens with the Quest. But it's promising, because what we both want from PSVR 2 is more freedom of not actually feeling tethered to the console. And if you're not getting these my biggest issue with the Move controllers in PSVR is when the camera doesn't pick them up. Whether you're leaning down to pick something off the floor in the game and the camera's too high, it doesn't see the light on the bulb, and it just doesn't work. That annoys me. It takes me out. So if the headset is doing all the tracking, hopefully that is a thing of the past and that won't be an issue anymore. So I'm 100% all in.
I'm more, not like to say concerned, but I'm more, I wonder how, like with things like Iron Man, how you pulse forward, you put the controller behind you.
Yes.
Like, how does it track, how does the headset track that type of movement when it's like away from the headset?
Sure.
Like, is it then with motion? That's my big question with this.
Yeah.
Than anything. But yeah, the tracking was the thing that piqued my interest the most here. And it would be really awesome. And maybe Kyle, I could get your thoughts on here. Does this mean in terms of like, oh God, I had a total brain fart and it was a really good point. Oh my goodness. Oh, does this mean that we're going to have an untethered headset as well, where we have the opportunity to unplug it from the 5?
No.
Still use it. No?
I think because in the first reveal of PSVR 2, they said a single cord.
Okay.
So I don't think there'll be two different versions.
I just take the cord out.
I'm with you.
I'll charge it. I'll put a battery in my head. I don't care. Whatever the case may be. Finger touch detection. The controller can detect your fingers without pressing in the areas where you place your thumb, index finger, or middle fingers. This enables you to make more natural gestures with your hand during gameplay.
I have questions.
Like what does that do?
If you're holding the controller, how are you going to be like?
Well, I'm assuming you're holding it with your thumb and like the in between portion of your index finger, so you can still make some fingery movements.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Okay. I feel like that might be a little awkward, and there'll be a lot of dropped controllers that happen.
True. Well, hopefully they'll give you like a little lanyard you put on your wrist.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing with these controllers, Kyle, when we take a look at them, it is, oh my God, what a blurred image. There you go. What you see here, each controller has individual, the left one has triangle and square, and then the right one has circle and cross buttons, Kyle. So no longer do we have both of them having to guess where all these buttons are on our move controllers. It just seems like such a far step ahead of PSVR for us, because like we're not seeing any dumb like light bulbs at the end of these things. It's really awesome to see. Kyle, at your end.
Also, it's like haptics, right? And adaptive triggers in it as well, which is cool.
Yeah, and I really do like this design. It's really weird. It reminds me when PlayStation gets weird, and I really dig it. Also, how am I going to fit my fat wrist through this?
So, now that I'm looking at it, are those the entry point for the controllers? Are those just going to be your wrist straps?
I mean, I think when you take a look at the bottom, there's like a little divot where you can put like a lanyard through. And
I hope so.
Except all the cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's something down below. You see right here?
Good.
There's a little hook that you
all right, good.
Put something through it, yeah. Kyle, at the end of the day, this PlayStation VR controller, does it give you hope for the future of VR or PlayStation VR? Yeah,
absolutely does. I've already seen some people say like, "Oh, is it sooner rather than later?" No, I still think it's next year at the earliest.
Do you really think it's next year?
Yeah, like
we're getting prototypes in people's hands already, Kyle.
Yeah, but they just sent out dev kits.
It's true.
I mean, there's no way it's coming out this year.
Yeah, I think the struggle is not so much of is it coming this year because we just got dev kits, but like, is it really going to come out this year because of the Rona?
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Production's already hard enough as it is, and I think if you're PlayStation, you really want to prioritize getting those PlayStation 5s out as fast as possible, as we see they're selling out like crazy, like constantly. So
yeah,
to me, I do think that this is sooner than later. Like I do think this may be a spring 2022 thing. I don't think this thing needs to come out in the holiday to sell.
Oh, I don't think it needs to. No, but
you still think that's too soon?
I if I were to put money on it, I would put next fall, like September, October.
Well, yeah, and with that, any final thoughts on the controller, on VR, on this finger tracking, on all the things, the haptic feedback, the triggers and whatnot, Kyle?
No, I'm excited. It looks like a great step up from where PSVR 1 is, and I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see what kind of games they put on there and if they look better. Yeah, exciting time.
Yeah. I do want to say one thing. One person put it out there, and I can't unsee it, that the handles do look, or controllers do look like the Sony Ericsson logo, and it's like Sony coming full circle. And it's interesting to see here with these controllers. There's no like off-white anywhere. Like there's no matching, like you would think with the two-tone design of the PlayStation 5.
Sure.
You would see maybe the rings being white. Interesting.
I wonder if that's because they are very similar to the Oculus, and the Oculus Quest is white.
Ooh, good. You know what? Great observation. Because I was going to say, does this spell maybe we get a PlayStation 5 that has, matching panels?
I mean, it could, but I think it's more to differentiate from the Quest controllers because they are white.
All right. That's a good observation. I don't know that because I'm a dumb idiot. Thank you, Kyle, so much for that.
You're welcome.
That said, that's been the bonus episode of the Trophy Room. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody who stopped by to watch us live as we react to all these things here today. I have all these windows open, Kyle. It's a mess over here. But seriously, thank you, everybody, for dropping by, showing up, showing the love, and honestly, the past few weeks, I think we've been making the best content that we've had in a very long time. So, everybody, with all that said, with all that out of the way, Kyle, what would you like to promote? What would you like to show off before I send you on your way?
Myself, Mr. K-Step on Twitter and on PSN. If you want to take a look at some rad new indie games, hit up 61indie.com, twitch.tv/61indie, youtube.com/61indie. And indie games are awesome. Go check them out there. If you want to watch, if you're watching this live, or listening to it later, if you hit up 61indie.com/events, we're doing watch parties together, watching things like Falcon and the Winter Soldier every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching live today, Thursday, March 18th, we're going to watch Justice League, the Snyder Cut, together at 8 p.m. Eastern.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. We're going to make fun of it. So hit us up on the Discord.
DC fans.
Hit us up in the Discord, and we're going to do voice chat there. But we use Scener, and it's like Twitch where you can text chat as well. So
awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. And like always, you can find me over at Mr. Badbit over on Twitter. You can find this show on YouTube, the Trophy Room Show. Look it up there on YouTube. Find all the video versions of the podcasts and live streams there. And you can listen to this show wherever you find your podcast service of choice, whether that is Apple Podcasts, whether that is Spotify, Google Play, whatever is your service of choice. Bam, you can find the show there. And if you can't find it there, let us know and we'll fix that. We'll rectify that immediately. All right. With that said, if you guys could rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, it really, really does help us out. Grows this big, beautiful family that I call home here at the Trophy Room. And with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. See y'all.
Bye-bye.